How we doing, Bills? Welcome back to another Shroomy T video where, to be honest, there's more correlation that I think we're going lower across the crypto market. Bitcoin's in another bear flag after already having a bear flag and breaking down. And stablecoin dominance USDT, which is currently at 7.7%. After this rally up, it had a bull flag, rallied up again, and it's in the progress of making another bull flag. So what we're seeing in the market right now is Bitcoin coming down, bear flag coming down, bear flag coming down, hope maybe. So Bitcoin is bearish, and then USDT dominance, which is going up, bull flag going up, another bull flag in progress. It might take a little longer to play out. Right now, what we are seeing is this is bad, and it's very bearish for crypto. So Bitcoin in a bull flag, so bear flag, sorry. Bear flag, I can't type. Equals bearish. We've got stablecoin dominance in a bull flag, which is also bearish. So what we have here is correlation that I think Bitcoin's going to go lower here. I think stablecoins are going to make a leg higher. So what I'm expecting, if I remove this from the screen, is Bitcoin obviously peaked in October, came down, bear flag came down, and we're in the progress of putting in another bear flag before inevitably I think we're going to get another leg lower. And if we look at stablecoin dominance, for me, we've had that the two altcoin peaks basically in the market in April 2024 and Q4 of 2024. This was an XRP done 500%. To be honest, this is when I felt the most euphoria last cycle, back in April of 2024, when we had that massive rally of stablecoin dominance crashing from September 2023. So it was about October 2023 we had a nice rally, and it was about 6 months with a brief kind of slowdown in here. But this whole time was people deploying their stablecoins into the market. They're becoming risk on. Basically, all this chart is, when we go down, it's risk on, and when we go up, it's risk off. And right now, obviously, this looks like it wants to go higher, which, as I said, when this goes higher, it is risk off in the market. People are de-risking, they're coming out of their positions, and they're stabling up. When it comes down, it's people deploying their stablecoins into the market, which is why when stablecoin dominance is bullish, it's actually bearish for market participants, which is exactly why I'm risk off at the minute. It's just more correlation on my Bitcoin theory, which I believe we're going to be seeing another 4-year cycle low, like we've seen in 2014-15, like we've seen in 2018-19, like we've seen in 2022-2023, and what I'm expecting at some point this year. Again, roughly a 52-week bear market, which from the peak in October would take us another roughly 6-7 months from now. And I do feel we're in denial before capitulation right now. And as I showed you in yesterday's video, Bitcoin, it's come down, and it's just, this looks an absolute carbon copy from 4 years ago in 2022. This isn't my work, this is just me taking this from Twitter. But as you can see, again, it just looks so similar. Up, massive correction up into 4-year low, up, massive correction 4-year low. Again, every time below the 0.786 fib, which would take us below 40k if that was to repeat. So again, if we zoom in closer, we'll go on the 1 day time frame. What we can see for me is we're just in this bear flag, that literally a carbon copy of what we've seen us between middle of November to about the end of January before we came down, and it's just another one which is playing out. It might take more time. It could maybe go to April before rolling over. It could maybe go to May before rolling over, but at some point I expect Bitcoin to continue lower, and this stablecoin dominance is the correlation for that as well. So yeah, that is again another reason I'm risk off at the minute. So I think being in crypto, the charts that are worth always keeping an eye on is the stablecoin charts, the USDT dominance, the USDC dominance, and then the combination of both together. This is primarily the Tether dominance, and right now we are at levels that we were previously at. I need to change this from being white. you can see, this is an area we were previously at in June 2022 and November 2022, where we wicked and it came back down. So let's just see how this plays out at the minute. This could take a while to play out, this kind of bull flag, until we get some sort of breakout. This could go on for quite a number of weeks, potentially, of just chopping around before inevitably I think we are going to get a break up of stablecoin dominance into a 4-year low, which again I'm going to mark out on the chart. Let's go August to the end of the year. I don't know the exact percentage level we'll get to, but what I'm going to put is 4-year low, well, 4-year high for stablecoins. I don't know the exact level, as I said, but that'll be an area I'm looking to buy back in to the market. And yeah, we've seen in November of 2022 another 4-year high for stablecoin dominance. So again, we'll just keep monitoring this chart. If it continues to climb, it's bad for the market, it's bad for people that are holding. Obviously, we've seen in August 2024 we had Japan market problems and stablecoin dominance rejected off a 6% area. Again, April 2025, when we had the tariff problems, we rejected off this area. And again, in February of 2024, we rejected off this area, rejected. So it was a massive area of rejection. And then we had this massive bull flag forming underneath it before we burst through basically the start of February this year and broke out of this range up there. And again, when we've seen the USDT dominance down at about 4% in March of 2024 and December 2024, that's when altcoins were absolutely flying, the market was hot. And then again, when we're up here rejecting like in August of 2024 and April of 2025 of the tariff problems, that kind of marked altcoin local bottoms, max pain during the cycle. But when we managed to break through in this area from this bull flag and we burst up, that to me kind of signalled the bear market was here. And that is kind of about the time I flipped bearish on the market in this area here, when we got that breakout of stablecoin dominance, and we've just went straight up to the top of the range up here. So we need to monitor this and see what's going to happen. But if we can get this 4-year high, I'm going to be looking to go very, very deep into the market and deploying a lot of capital to try and take advantage of the next 4-year cycle. This cycle's done. It's about just bracing. I'm nearly halfway through the bear market in my opinion, and just accepting the price capitulation. Price is going to go a lot lower than I think most people expect as well. It's going to catch a lot of people off guard. But for me, it's the ones who stick around and take advantage of the cheap prices we're going to get. Like Ethereum could potentially get under $1,000. That is something I'd be willing to buy a lot of. So it's about being patient right now. I'm not really deploying any capital. I don't really care about catching relief bounces or whatever. If they come, great. If not, I'm just kind of expecting Bitcoin to continue lower into a 4-year cycle low, like we have seen the past 3 cycles, 2015, 2019, 2023, and again later this year. So again, price capitulation, time capitulation. I hate being bearish. I hate just making videos about being bearish on this channel, but I'm just trying to stay on top of the market. Back making videos. I made videos the last 2 days. I made a video today, so it's 3 days in a row. Gonna try to do 5 a week. You don't need to watch all of them, obviously, if you are subscribed and have notifications on, because it'll be bearish, and constant bearish and negative news is annoying. So I appreciate that. But I think a lot of YouTubers in crypto, their videos are losing a lot of views at the minute because, again, as I said, people are running for the hills. People have chucked crypto. This is what happens. People buy the highs, they sell the lows. That is why 99% of people say crypto's a scam. But for the people that just stay here when times get tough like they are right now, and if they get tougher, they stick around. They take advantage of the low prices. And yeah, for me, Bitcoin 70k. Could it go down to 50k? Yeah, sure. Could it go 40k? Maybe. But I think we could see Bitcoin hit 1 million at some point in our lifetime. well, in my lifetime. What is total crypto market cap? 2 trillion? That could see 100 trillion. Like, we're so early in crypto. This is, if we go by the 4-year cycles, this is the 4th cycle. We're very early in crypto, and every cycle is slightly different. And this cycle we've just been in has been the quantitative tightening cycle, no money printing, whereas the cycle before that was money printing. So again, those have been 2 different cycles completely, and it's just about taking advantage and try to get better in this space. So whilst this might not definitely play out, it's just theories and theses I have on the market at the minute. And yeah, as I said, my last few videos have just been Bitcoin's charts, so I was trying to incorporate the stable coins, and I'll incorporate other charts as well. But the fact we can see a bear flag and then it looks like another bear flag, for example, this is kind of what it's looking like at the minute, isn't it? It's kind of exactly what we've just seen in here, but just is something like that going to play out? So just be monitoring that, and again, continuing to watch Bitcoin. And if this is to repeat the last, like 4 years ago, albeit that was into July, this would be April, slightly, basically a few months ahead, then we'll see if we roll over. We'd expect us to roll over fairly soon. So